Guys, it's Mistress Penelope coming at you from my little shack of love with really poor quality. Sorry about that. I'm working on it. But I did promise you a show and promise myself that I would start this Saturday night. So here we have our first Saturday night sex show. So I just thought that I would start with the basics in terms of anatomy, male and female. I think that a lot of people tend to underthink things or overthink things in the bedroom. So let's just get back to the basics. First of all, for females, I think that we really prefer a lot of clitoral stimulation. If you're unfamiliar with the clitoris, it is the little button almost hidden under a hood right at the top of the vaginal lips and opening, up north there. And I think that most women do require clitoral stimulation in order to achieve orgasm and have a healthy and happy sex life. Um, but moving on, further down a little bit, inside the vagina, we do have probably about 2 inches or so inside and kind of upwards. We have also the G spot. And I think that a lot of people spend a lot of time looking for the G spot. But it's there, and as long as you communicate with your partner, I promise you will find it. So that is a big part of making things work in the bedroom. For females, a lot of the time you can access a blended orgasm through clitoral and G spot stimulation, and that is just a wonderful experience. I think that the number one piece of advice that I have in order, to help you guys do that is just really not being afraid to communicate with your partner and say, hey, this is working for me, whether or not you're on the giving end or the receiving end. And I think that we all know, male, female, we all have anuses. And that can be another erogenous zone that people might be a little bit afraid of. And I think that it's growing in popularity that people will seek out toys and stimulation for the anus, and it's completely natural. It's completely normal. So don't think that you're weird and don't be shy to try new things and communicate with your partner on what you really like. Um, Moving on to male anatomy, clearly we have the penis, and that includes the head of the penis, which has got the most nerve endings of the whole thing. So you really want to focus your attention on the head. And then moving down, we have the shaft, which is important. But I think that a lot of people forget the testicles, which can be a very pleasurable zone to stimulate and, to have stimulated. A lot of people are shy about this kind of communication too, to say, hey, I like this. But that's completely normal and that's completely fine. So moving on also to the anus, I think that a lot of men are afraid, initially at least. They're a little bit shy to come out and say, hey, I really like this, especially in the straight community. But that's also becoming a lot more popular, and it's just great. I think that we all should do what we like, communicate with your partner and just try to be happy, try to have a healthy sex life. I mean, we're animals. That's part of the reason that we're here on this earth. So, just to touch base, I think that that is a nice little intro. We want to know what's going on, with ourselves and with our partner. And it's really important to communicate and, identify that for ourselves even. So, I think that's a really great place to start. Of course, for males and females, don't forget the nipples. That is a thing. There are many ways that you can stimulate the nipples as well. Another thing that I would like to do when I do the Saturday night sex show is to do reviews of sex toys. So tonight, even though my my video quality is poor, I do have behind me some glass sex toys. I think that some people are intimidated by glass. They think that, it can break, or, it might be a little bit too intrusive. Um, I have personally never heard of any glass incidents. I've never had any glass incidents, and I love all of my glass toys. They come in many shapes, sizes, and textures, and they can really be a lot of fun. Now they're even selling toys that have uh, either the glass on the outside or attached to something that can make it vibrate. So that is a really cool thing, and some of them even light up. So it's really awesome. I'm just here to say, don't be afraid of glass. I've got this little guy here, and that can work in the vagina or the anus, and it's got little ridges, so it's got lots of texture for pleasure. And going along the same lines, I have the same kind of thing here. Lots of ridges, some bumps, and you can use this end here to stimulate the G-spot if you really want to. This one here is purple tinted, even though I know you can't see. But it's got lots of bumps, and, it's just really fun. It's really stimulating, and it's a good time, So I would definitely recommend something like this as well. This here is probably my most advanced glass toy. I call these speed bumps because I don't think I need to explain. The faster you go, you feel like you need to kind of slow down, especially closer to climax, as the vaginal muscles kind of clench on it. It might be a little bit harder. You might need to add some more lube or something like that, but um, still a really great time, and still has been really fun. My newest glass piece is a rose. I love this. I was a little bit afraid of this to begin with because I thought maybe, these ridges or something might be uncomfortable, but it really wasn't. With a little bit of lube, it was great. So, and also another really nice thing to try to go at the G spot. That's another great thing that you can try to do with glass toys. Okay, and another thing that I would like to do every Saturday night is talk about some products that are great in the bedroom. Tonight I have with me some Uber Lube, which is my favorite type of lube. It is not water-based, but it's not silicone-based either. So it's got this very silky, long-lasting, amazing feeling. So I would get behind this 100%. I had a little bottle, and then as you can see, I have now moved up to a bigger bottle because I need it, and I love it, and I definitely would recommend it. Another essential, if you're going to have sex toys, is toy cleaner. This one is antibacterial. You can get one that isn't, as long as you're cleaning your toys correctly, that's the most important part. Especially in terms of silicone, lubrication, you want to get that off your toys. All the bacteria that comes with sexual intimacy from male and female, whether that's from vaginal, oral, or anal, you really just want to make sure that you're washing your toys afterwards. It's so important because the worst is when you hear somebody say, hey, I got a yeast infection or a UTI or bacterial vaginosis or, whatever else from the soap that they're using, thinking this is fine. Hey, this is Dawn. It's used to clean duckies, in the ocean and wash off oil. It's still going to mess with your vaginal pH, and it's still just not going to get the toys as clean as they need to. So toy cleaner, I would highly recommend it. This brand is Doc Johnson's. So you basically just use it like soap. You wash off your toy, and then you spray it on. You give it a little lather, and then you rinse it off fully, and pat it dry with a clean towel and put it away. So this one here, I think most are body safe. So if there's a little bit of residual, it's not going to hurt you. But it definitely is highly recommended. Okay, well, it's my first show, so that's all I've got for you tonight. But like I said, I promised myself and I promised you guys a shot. So here we are. Happy Saturday night. And any questions that you might have for me, go ahead and direct message me. I'd be happy to message you back or answer them on the show. That's it for now, but I'll catch you next Saturday night.